Hi and welcome back. I'm glad you didn't change the channel and you're still watching. Anyway, let's go back to Adam and let's go to my tablet PC. Let's find out what the internet's saying about my friend Adam.
Ooh.
Is that cool? Is that cool? I don't know. I don't want to do anything that will embarrass you.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, Adam.
About?
I mean, if you go on Google and you click on news, obviously the most recent things are of your recent relationship.
Yeah.
To quite a famous girl currently. So tell us about that.
Yeah, well, she wasn't actually famous when I met her, Maria. She's on one of these ITV2 shows. So, yeah, we were seeing each other, I think, for a year and a half.
Okay.
We lived in the same thing. We got introduced by friends, and we just got on really well. We were friends initially, and then it just sort of grew. And yeah, lovely girl.
Nice. And so are you?
But yeah, it hasn't worked out. So we're friends now.
Unfortunately, and but I love the newspaper articles they give. You know, you're in this place, you're in that place.
I know, it's all
you're kissing her. You know what's going on. I saw she's
like a peck on the lips, like for, you know.
Really, I saw the holding hands and the taxi.
But you know what? Yeah, but you know, it's you know, she was my girlfriend at the time, so of course you're going to be.
I mean, what's it like dealing with the paparazzi? You know, I mean, I can see that.
Yeah.
You're quite comfortable. You're quite comfortable.
Yeah, because obviously I've had people before. I mean, for her it's something quite new, but I mean, before I've had, you know, autograph signings and, you know, press and so on. Being a racing driver and doing the F1 stuff, especially, you're then thrust into the whole public limelight, especially at events and races. People are like, wow, F1. So. But like I say, I'm not really fazed by much, to be honest, in life. I think I've had a very well-rounded upbringing. The experiences that I've had in my life to date have really helped me to be that sort of quite calm, cool person. And I can say I'm not really fazed by much.
So things like
it's a job at the end of the day. When you're in the public light, I think if you're a sportsman or a celebrity or a personality, it's your duty to portray a good image, a wholesome image, and you know, don't behave as you wouldn't want to be portrayed. So yeah, that's a good
mentality to have.
That's
because I'm sure you're going to be able to deal with that for the rest of your life. So
that's right. You should be a responsible person, I think, if you're in the public eye.
Yeah, definitely.
Unfortunately.
And it's good. I mean, I can see here. It's, you know, it's very graceful. It's, you know, nothing bad. You know, nothing like you see.
No, it was a nice dinner and, you know, evening out with a couple of friends. So yeah, it was good.
And no, but I love the headlines. She's lost 5 pounds and gained a man. Maria, I'm not going to say her second name, shows off a trim figure on a romantic dinner date.
That would be me, the trim figure. No.
I think that's more her. She's looking very good. She's looking very good.
No,
and yeah, very, very graceful. You know, just kissing. Nothing major. You know, no drunkenness or nothing like that.
Well, that was one little snap. Yes.
No, it's very cool, very cool. I know Adam's getting quite embarrassed about me talking about this. But other than that, online, I mean, you get your Wikipedia tells you about you.
Yeah.
You know, your interviews, you know, you've done quite a number of interviews, both when you were A1 and F1.
Yeah. Yeah, there's quite a bit on there.
Well, I mean, in terms of, have you seen yourself online? What do you think about the things about, you know, what are written about you? Oh, you actually have an official website?
The thing is, I've got an official website, adamkhanracing.com.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not really one to go into what's online about me. Don't really think about that too much. People have got good things, bad things to say. It's a choice for them.
But I mean,
I'm not really focused on that at the moment. That is not irrelevant to my life. What's relevant to my life is sorting out my career in Formula One, ensuring I get my sponsorship, and then going racing, choosing the right team to do that with. That's my objective at the moment, and that's what I'm focused on. When you're doing that, everything changes. So
very cool, very cool. But I mean, everything written about you is very good. You know, your Wikipedia page.
Thank you. I've had a lot of positive support from both the Pakistan, Asian side, from China, and especially from the UK as well, from both the British Asian public and the British public as a whole. And I'm very, very proud to say, yes, I'm a British Asian that can actually bridge that gap between East and West by virtue of my language skills, my ethnic background, and being born and brought up in this country and elsewhere. I'm very, very proud of that, and I think it's a positive thing that I can share with people. Yeah, like I say, just bridge that perhaps there's a bit of a divide in society. Try and sort of make it a bit more friendly and a bit better for everyone.
Nice. That's very, very cool.
Try and be, noble in my approach to it.
But so, I mean, nothing like this phases you. Nothing about what's written about you or what pictures or
No,
things like that. You're fully focused on the work.
That's right. Yeah.
And relationship-wise, you looking at anyone new or?
I'm single at the moment, so I'm just focused on my
purely
work.
concentrated on the
Focused
work.
on my work at the moment. Yeah.
And what's new on the horizon in terms of, other than Formula One, other than work? What else do you do? Because I know, I mean, being a friend of Adam's, I know that he does other things. So tell us about your other endeavours. The other
I
things
do.
that-
We've got a company that we run, but it's all sorts of things, to be honest. Sort of property side, commodities trading, and things like that.
Nice.
We're doing quite a fair bit on the property side, but yeah, that's just another string to the bow, as it were, another offshoot of the racing, I'd say, because
Nice.
that's come about through the racing. Yeah, but racing is the focus at the moment.
Your mother is she was a care worker.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you now actually own a couple of care homes. Do you do a lot of charitable work?
That's right. Yeah, we do quite a bit of charitable work in terms of what I've actually done a lot in Pakistan myself.
Very nice,
orphanages
very nice.
and things like that. My salary that I got from my A1 racing, I donated that to an orphanage in Pakistan. I also got awarded by General Pervez Musharraf when he was in power. Over at the Grosvenor House for the Young Achievers Award here, something that made me
Nice.
very, very proud. I've been nominated for a number of awards, and I was also on the a couple of charities in China as well when I was out there, doing my bit, doing promotions and work for them and so forth. But yes, it's important that you do have a charitable side when you're in the public light and you're able to give something back. It is very important.
How often do you look after your care homes? How often do you look after your other businesses other than the racing? Is it 50-50 right now? Or?
It's 50-50, but
50-50.
Obviously that will change when I'm racing again. Then the focus will be predominantly racing. So yeah, that's what I want to sort of stick to.
Okay, and I mean you're into property, etc. You own a lot of several properties around London, things like that. I mean, those kind of businesses. Do you feel that's helping you a lot more right now?
Well, it keeps me busy,
Yeah, it
but
keeps you
it's
busy,
not
yeah.
really the predominant aspect in my life. Obviously, my passion is to race, and those are just offshoots, like I said, of the racing.
Yeah.
So they're there doing what they're doing, earning an income, and that's great. But my focus is obviously the racing, so they sort of keep you going, as it were. But yeah, I'm.
Do you enjoy doing that? Do you enjoy doing the other aspects? I mean,
Yeah, it's enjoyable because I like the challenge of it. But what I want to do is what I want to do,
Yeah.
and that is the Formula One side of things. That is a catalyst, if you like, to help me achieve that.
Nice. And speaking of Formula One, let's talk a bit about Formula One because I think people would, really like to hear about your opinion about the current season.
Yeah.
How things are going. I mean, what's your take on how the season is going so far?
Yes, pretty much a whitewash, I think, in terms of Vettel's got it in the bag. But
There's no chance for our English drivers
there's
to
no
come
chance
on.
for anybody else, I don't think. But the thing is, in Formula One, it's all about the car. To be fair, I mean, sometimes a driver can be in a team where he's at the back of the grid one year, and the next year he's winning it.
Okay.
Prime example being Vettel. He's
Yeah.
a very good driver, don't get me wrong, but it is predominantly about the car. There's not much between the drivers in Formula One. So,
Just to
to
go
my
to the-
mind,
Sorry.
is it a fair sport? No, it's not a sport of equals, but it's a sport nonetheless, and it's a pretty spectacular one. So,
Nice. I mean, we'll go back to that topic. Just one quick question. I mean, when you go to Formula One, what flag will you have next to your name? Who will you be representing?
both.
You'll have both
British
Pakistan and
yeah,
Pakistan. Nice.
absolutely.
No
Why
India
not?
at all.
And why not? Ironically, I actually started that trend, and then I met the boxer Amir Khan
Okay.
at an event.
Who's
And
fighting tonight, yeah.
That's right. And he actually told me, he said, Adam, I actually saw you in the press
Okay.
with both flags, and I decided to copy and do
He
the
does
same.
whenever. I mean, like if you
That's
see
right.
it tonight
He's got
in
the Pakistani
Vegas.
gum shield on his belt. He's got both.
He's got both flags.
But
Yeah.
he actually got that off me. So
Nice.
he actually told me that, and I'll
I
hold
think he's
him
probably
to
going to
that.
watch it now and go, yeah, wait a minute now.
Yeah,
He's
well,
talking about me.
come on then.
Yeah, wish him good luck for tonight. And
Absolutely.
yeah,
Hope he
every time I
wins.
see him, it's always, you know, his parents and his family holding the Pakistani flag, but his team
Great.
holding the English flag.
That's
so,
great. That's a good positive thing.
In talking about parents and family, etc., are they very supportive about what you do?
Yeah, they are pretty supportive in terms of what I do. But my mum, she's never ever seen me race live. She'll
Okay.
always watch it on the TV afterwards or whatever, because she's quite fearful, because I'm her, baby in inverted commas. Still, I know it's terrible, but no, my dad, even my dad, he gets a bit scared sometimes. But I don't know why. I mean, it's.
Do they ever come to watch you? They never actually come live, do they?
Yeah, my dad, he sort of came with me initially because I was too
Okay.
young. I didn't even have a driving license before I started racing, so he was driving me around everywhere when I was racing on the racetrack. So
Yeah.
it was quite funny in that way. But no, I tend to sort of go places myself now. I take my management team with me.
And
we do everything.
siblings-wise, you've only got one younger sister, am I right?
That's right. Yeah.
Did she support you in any way? Did she come?
Absolutely.
To the
And if I don't win, I get it in the neck. She's like, "Why didn't you win?" So
as younger siblings do. You know?
absolutely. Yeah.
So let's go back to the Formula One. So you think it's pretty much just, one horse race right now? No one can possibly catch up? Or anyone can come close? It's just...
Well, they can, theoretically, anything's possible, but
Yeah.
the reality is somewhat different. The Red Bull is such a superior car.
I mean, people saying that
aerodynamics.
Hamilton may move to Red Bull because in order to, improve himself, in order to be a better...
I don't think he will be able to, personally. I think he'll stay at McLaren. I mean, McLaren, they'll have their time again, as will Ferrari, as
Okay.
will Renault and the other big names. So it's just it's a cyclical thing. It sort of goes round in circles.
Oh, I thought because of the new technology it would, be that whoever's now is number one, will continue being number one because of money, etc. as well. It's the same with football. The current top, 4 and 5 teams are going to remain for the next foreseeable future, the top 4 or 5 teams.
That's right, yeah.
I thought maybe in Formula One, same kind of situation. I don't know. I mean, you would know better.
Absolutely, yeah, it is very much the big fish eat the little fish, and that's how it stays. So the teams with the bigger budgets, although the FIA have tried to bring in a budget cap, it doesn't necessarily work because there are ways and means to deviate around the regulations. So the big teams always have more money than the smaller midfield and lower end private teams. So
okay. I mean,
it's a manufacturer-dominated sport.
Okay. I'm speaking as an Indian. I have to mention Force India. I mean, any chance that they could ever come up, improve as a team?
Yeah, I mean, they have the sort of sporadic bursts of success here and there. I mean, they're getting the points now and again. But yeah, I think it's going to be tough for them to sort of break out of the midfield group, simply because, it's one of those things where you've got the big teams at the top. They've got better resources, a better engineering base to produce a faster car. So that's unfortunately the way the sport, the machination of the sport work. But
that's quite bad. I thought it should be a little little more that the small teams can come.
nothing's impossible, of course. But
I mean, their owner is one of the richest men in India, so I thought maybe if he pumps in a lot of money, it would help the team. I don't know.
Indeed. Well, we'll have to. That's a decision for them.
Yeah. So what else? What's your take on Formula One? Otherwise, I mean, what's the drivers like? What's the inside of Formula One? What is the people socializing? What are people actually like, etc.
Yeah, well, that's one side I don't particularly like too much because it's very false. It's very sort of bitchy and very, very competitive, not just on the circuit but off the circuit as well. So it's all kind of falseness, and it's not really my cup of tea, but it's part of the game, so you just have to get on with it, really. It is ruthless at that level. I mean, everything from the mechanics to the truck drivers to the management of the big teams to the little team, whatever. Every single person is competing there for their own survival. So it is a very, very competitive sport, and you feel that. Obviously, it's very glamorous and glitzy for the spectators and the guests that come along.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But for the actual people who work in that environment, it is pretty. It's like a pressure cooker, really, like a shark pool.
So, in terms of socializing, in terms of being friends within, with other drivers, is it mainly team to team? Like, as in you'd be.
Well, you're friends with them when you're not a threat to them. So,
Okay.
if you're in a low team, then you can be friends with like Fernando Alonso or whoever. But I suppose if you're, in another similarly competitive team, you won't exactly be best of mates.
So you won't see Vettel out with, I don't know, Jenson Button?
No, not at all. No, it doesn't work like that at all.
I thought in Monaco, when you go there, everybody parties together.
No.
Everybody lives that crazy lifestyle.
No, they'd probably try and spike each other's drinks if they could.
Because football, whenever you see footballers out, they are kind of you get Arsenal, you get Tottenham, you get
Yeah, that's very different
supporting.
because that's a team sport.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's less emphasis on the individuals to compete to win.
Yeah.
Okay, so if they lose as a team. If they win as a team.
Yeah.
So it's all very pally-pally and very friendly, even amongst rival teams. But in Formula One, it's very different because if you take somebody's job as a driver, then say another 15 people behind that driver, the management, the mechanics, the engineers, they will lose a job as well. So so people are surviving in that very elite club.
It's dog eat dog.
Very much so. Very much so.
Yeah, no, that's actually quite good to know.
But like they say, if you can't beat them, join them, then beat them, which is what I intend to do.
Yeah, be one of the best teams and then try and beat them.
Absolutely.
No, but I'm actually quite surprised to hear that. You see it on TV and you see this, like you said, glitzy, glamorous world, and you say to yourself, I want to be there. I want to be that driver. I would love to see what it's like.
Well, of course, there are good sides and there are bad sides to any sport.
The good side is the money. Yeah.
The enjoyment I get is from the actual driving, the physical driving, and the level of competition, competing on the track against really, really good drivers. That's what I enjoy.
What's
that
it like
whole
actually being in the
atmosphere
car?
Of competition.
Sorry,
it's like a fight. It's like a box that goes into a fight. It's that enjoyment.
The Amir Khan thing.
Yeah, it's like that basically. It's the enjoyment of the actual competition, and the satisfaction that knowing that you are good at that particular job.
What's it like actually being in the car?
For me, it's quite cramped because I'm 6'2", so I'm one of the tallest F1 drivers.
Okay, I was going to say that because normally F1 drivers are
they're
quite small.
pretty short. Yeah, the average height I think for Formula One is like 5'6", 5'5". They're all
I've seen
really,
Hamilton
really
on the news and stuff, and tiny guy, and then
they're all really, really small. Yeah, they all look okay on TV, but that's because they're all short.
Yeah,
the TV takes away that perspective. But no, it doesn't help being tall. But of course, I can just about fit in the cars. So yeah.
Button's quite tall, isn't he?
He's about 6 foot.
Yeah,
but
so.
it's leg length. If you have long legs, it's a bit of a problem.
Okay.
But I mean, for me, I'm at that height where I'm at the limit to fit in a Formula One car. So luckily,
nice.
I can do it. So yeah, it just means that I can beat the other drivers up easier.
Any kind of surgery to bring it down, maybe?
No, not at all.
If there was, would you do it?
Tall and
curiosity.
Tall and proud.
Tall and proud.
No, I wouldn't. That's why I don't think my mum would be very happy.
She likes you tall.
That's it. Yeah.
And okay, so tell us about the future in terms of everything. In terms of, all right, let's start with relationship-wise. Are you seeing anyone? Are you going to potentially see anyone, or?
I don't know. That's an interesting question.
In terms of career-wise, other than racing, what are you looking at?
Well, it's what it is at the moment. It's focused on getting that Formula One seat. We've raised half the money already. So we just need to get the other half now.
And as I was going to say, that was going to be my last point in terms of racing. What do you see in your future?
What I want.
What do you want, and what do you see for yourself? What do you see? Where do you see yourself in the next, let's say, 5 years?
Success in Formula One, absolutely. Being
one of the big teams.
Yeah, 100%.
And
what I want is to be the F1 world champion, and that
nice.
I will and will achieve. I have that belief in myself, and I will do that. That's
very cool. Very, very cool. I mean, like, I was actually thinking of, maybe do a quick fire round now, but I wouldn't even know what to ask you. Is there anything more that you could say about yourself that, you could tell the kids out there who are growing up and who see you as a role model? What should they do? How should they go about, doing things, in terms of keeping with education, keeping with their sport, etc.?
Yeah. No, it's all about persistence. Persistence is the key. What I'd say to any young aspiring sports person or student, whatever they want to do in life, find a talent and just exploit to the absolute maximum. Don't let anybody bring you down. Always have belief in yourself. You'll have good times, you'll have bad times. A lot of it will be a struggle.
Yeah.
But you've got to keep going and you've got to be persistent. Take the knockbacks, take the knockbacks, take the knockbacks, and you'll get there. It's that achieves success. Somebody once said, I've failed and I've failed and I've failed and I've failed. But that's why I succeed.
Wow.
and
Very
you
good
have to,
saying.
and you have to be disciplined. You have to be utterly focused, have that conviction in yourself, and yeah, education is very important. You should try and fulfil those requirements if you can as well alongside your sport. And it's about discipline and time management and sacrifice. You're not going to get anywhere and achieve anything in life without sacrifice. Hedonistic pursuit, yeah, that's all very well. You can do that once you've achieved a level of success and you know what you're about. But when you're up and coming, then you have to sort of put that all to one side, sacrifice that sort of social side of things and, you know, good times and partying and whatever you want to do to, you know, do your studies and focus on getting what you have to get done.
That's very good to hear. And I'm sure a lot of people will be like, yeah, that's exactly how we should live life. And a lot of parents will be like, yeah, that's what our
And
kids
enjoy
should
it
do.
as well.
And
Don't think it's a chore.
Enjoy it,
Enjoy the challenge, enjoy the struggle, enjoy the fight.
Because life is all about enjoyment, yeah.
That's right.
And everything what you actually want to do in life, you should enjoy.
That's the thing. And even if you don't succeed for whatever reason, theoretically you should if you're persistent enough. Nothing's impossible. The impossible just takes a little bit longer. But if you are persistent, then yes. If you don't succeed, then you will have learned a hell of a lot, and you will take other things and benefit from that into other aspects in your life. So it's never a loss, it's always a win.
That's very good. That's right. I mean, Adam, when I talk to him, when we're just us, and he tells me a lot of these things, I go, this guy is the perfect role model. He, just everything about him.
Thank you. Well, I'm honoured.
I shouldn't flatter him that much. I'm flattering him too much, and now he's actually blushing.
You're embarrassing me.
Would you actually go to schools and places where young kids are and say this to them?
I have done, yeah. I have done.
Oh, you have
here
done?
and abroad, yeah. Last week I was up in Bradford.
Nice.
I was at a mosque up there doing a little talk for the kids, and it was fantastic. They were so enthusiastic, and it's just good to be able to give your experiences of life and what you've experienced and achieved to a certain level and degree to impart that knowledge and experience to them, and hopefully they can take that forwards with them and do something successful with their lives. And that's what it's all about, really.
And I mean, Asians they're very much into their cars.
Yeah.
So you're a very good role model in that aspect, because you'll be you're the place where they'll be like, yeah, okay, I want to do that. Adam's he's actually racing as a profession, and so he's driving a car and making money from it, which is an awesome thing.
Yeah.
And a lot of and most
Of course,
Asians,
you mustn't speed on the roads. That's a very bad thing. Don't speed on the roads.
Don't speed on the
No,
roads.
absolutely not, no.
No, but
do
most-
track days, take your cars to the racetracks, enjoy them there, crash them, bash them, whatever you want to do, but don't speed on the roads. That's a really dangerous and silly thing to do. So,
Because most sportsmen, especially
trust me, when you've actually had a bad crash on the racetrack, you realise you don't want to have that sort of crash on the road. So, I'm not just saying that by, being a bit of a, do-gooder. That's an absolute fact, because I've had broken bones, been taken to hospital in a neck brace before and all sorts, and it's not a nice thing for anybody to go through. So, and that's on a racetrack in a controlled environment, in what is a very, very safe, hard, tough, built for that sort of impact racing car. Whereas, on the road, it's a lot more dangerous, so you shouldn't really take risks on the road or do anything silly. You've got a nice car, enjoy it. Go for a little cruise now and again, but don't race on the road. It's not a responsible thing to do.
I was going to say, it's a very good thing that Pakistanis, Indians, Asians have someone to look up to who's not just into cricket, who's not just into Bollywood, who's into something completely different. I think there's very few like you, so it's you are that. You're a very good role model that way.
Thank you. Well, I look forward to people's support and, making everyone proud.
Yeah, I think you do. And I think we're going to have to wrap up, unfortunately. It's been an awesome interview. Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Thanks, Mahesh. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for
when I
watching.
asked him, I wasn't sure, and then when things got a little bit hectic, again wasn't sure, but the fact that he agreed, the fact that he came, I couldn't be
We've got
happier.
it done.
And this is a really good interview, because we are good friends. So I think you can see that from our relationship.
There's chemistry.
There's chemistry. To be fair, every time I meet him, I tell him how good looking he is.
But no holding hands.
How good looking is this guy? Seriously, everyone, how good looking is this guy? I am not gay.
Mahesh.
I am not gay.
I said no holding hands, okay?
It's just that, it's just that, every time I meet him, I tell him.
Likewise, I think,
Thank you.
You're bloody annoying at times. But
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope to do another interview. I hope to come on Venus TV again. So I hope to see you all very soon. Take care. I hope you've enjoyed today's show. And yeah, see you soon. Bye.